All right, guys, got a customer in today who is wanting to become a Euro nympher. So we're setting him up with a kick butt setup. This is a 10-foot 2-weight from Resin. Cool, super cool company. We just got it and we love it. It's perfect for Euro nymphing. It is a 2-weight, but trust me, this thing's gonna feel just as stiff and functional as any 3-weight you have. The recovery on this rod is super fast. When you're Euro nymphing, you're basically just anchor casting or a roll cast, or you can tuck cast. And especially with the tuck cast, you want your rod to not be super flimsy. When you cast it out, you don't want it to go bum, 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 bum. When you roll it out and you stop your hand, your rod goes doom and recovers super quick. We got that with this rod. This is the Armor 2 from Resin as well. This is a 4-weight reel. And the reason we're doing that is because since this is a 10-foot 2-weight, we're gonna put a little bit heavier of a reel on this to get a really good, even balance on it. So it's not dragging one way and it doesn't affect our counter balance. We are a Cortland dealer, so everything we're setting this rod up with line-wise is all Cortland. This is Micron. Black backing, 20 pound. Backing is not important at all when it comes to this. Woo. So I'm just gonna put just a real easy arbor knot to get the backing going. Your reel and line basically on this setup in general is almost just for show. Won't really ever use it actually Euro nymphing or doing those techniques, because your fly line hardly ever leaves your reel, and because you seldom put a fish on the reel. You wheel reel. Most of the fish you'll catch with this setup, you'll be able to get them back in fairly quick. Bigger ones you'll have to put to the reel quick and use the reel on the drag system. But we don't have a fancy smancy spooler here. I'm just putting this stuff on by hand. Trying to use my pinky as a guide to get an even spool. Now with this backing, putting it on here today, basically, I just want to take up space on the reel and make it look halfway cool. It's a dark green reel, so we're going to use black backing and a green fly line. The monocore line from Cortland, the new Euro Nymph monocore. It's a sweet setup. And yes, if you do this and your fingers aren't used to it, it'll burn and hurt. It's kind of burning a little bit now. When I did this a lot, I would tape my fingers or tape my pinky. I guess I'm just a little bit tougher in my old age now. This spool. Cortland, we need more backing. Ooh, cutting into my finger a little bit there. Finished it. Not as much backing on there as I'd actually like. We'll put the line on, see what it looks like. To connect these two, I'm just going to use a really simple nail knot. Nothing too fancy. I like nail knots. You can use a double uni knot. Save these bread ties actually. What for, you ask? To place a tag on an antler or an ear. So use the nail knot tool, do your backing first, 4 or 5 wraps around the tool, slide your fly line on, grab this end right here, just kind of pull off slow. Set it down, trim your ends. So now I've reset the fly line. Same thing as putting the backing on. These are a lot cheaper than your automatics, so if you like to do this at home, don't spend the money and get an automatic one. Yeah, it's faster, okay, but these are so cheap. This monocore line is virtually kind of a double taper. You can think about it in a similar manner, except for there is no taper. All the same diameter. A little too much of a gap. I don't really like that. Doesn't really look too good. I actually checked with the customer and they are actually okay with the way the gap of the line is because of how well the reel and everything balances so far with it. As you can tell, it's got a great balance with it. The rod has awesome recovery. So basically I'm just going to go ahead and stick his leader on there for him. A fluorocarbon 15-foot cider leader. It's tied with a tippet ring on the end of it. A friend of ours from Chestnut Mountain Ranch actually tied this up. There's that old rot now again. 15-foot fluorocarbon leader, cider material tied in it. This is a 15-pound tapered down with knots. This monocore Euro Nymph monocore line doesn't have a loop. I'm not going to tie a loop on the end of the fly line because this would make a very large knot and it would catch in the guides. Because your fly line does go up your guides of your rod. You don't really want your fly line out on the water with this setup. This setup's meant to just be leader. From the tip of the rod down to the fish's mouth should all be the leader. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and nail knot connect this. Nice, smooth, 4-wrap nail knot. This fluorocarbon leader is also tied using Cortland. Premium fluorocarbon. Go ahead and clip this down super tight because I don't want any of this catching in the guides at all. In case big fish gets on it, which is what we always hope for. Do her a good snuggle tugging. Real nice Euro setup. This is from Risen Fly Fishing in Portland. We sell this in the shop. We plan to do a lot more with the Euro Nymph instructional videos because that's kind of something that we've all gotten into. Seems like it does work extremely well. There you have it. 10-foot 2-weight from Risen Fly Fishing. Nice cool setup. Got real great recovery on it. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys need any help, please leave us comments, feedback, give us a like. Feel free to call the shop. We appreciate you. Thank you.